Okay. Okay. I think. Wait a minute. What are we doing? Is it streaming? Did we stream it? Is it starting again? Can we be live? I honestly cannot tell right now if this is live or not. I want it to be live. You'll be my special internet friend. Okay. Are we back? Golly gee. Why is this like this? Why you gotta be so hard? Are we doing it? Oh, we are. Cool. We're doing it. We're back. I am a master of my own destiny. All right. All right, cool. So we are continuing until dinner comes. That's what's up. Gotta keep going till the food comes to me. I had to stop and drink matcha, but the fucking delivery guy for the matcha spilled my matcha. So I got like half a matcha and a whole big green ass mess I had to clean up. It was wonderful. Best drink ever. All right, where were we? So the madman has got a noose. We got that. Has noose. Haunted by a madman. I'm just gonna make has noose its own thing. Crawler may also be reached by climbing up the burnt timbers. Okay, so has noose attacks climbers. Seems legit. Yeah, let's do that. And I want to collapse this thing over here so I can see. If anybody wants to chat, you can tell me what you think of this or that. Should I kill the madman? I was thinking about maybe telegraphing some stuff with the madman, maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. I guess this is 2d4 damage per round. Otherwise, fights with dagger in rafters. Okay. 16A. Collapsed room. The ceiling of this room has collapsed, and the rafters in the building roof 4 feet above are exposed. This room appears to have been gutted by fire and is littered with burnt timbers. In the east wall is a soot-covered fireplace. The room appears to be empty. Okay. So, there are 3 vipers nesting beneath rubble in the south end of the room. They will attack anyone disturbing them, otherwise the room is empty. Player characters may gain access to the crawl space between the ceiling and roof here by climbing up the burnt timbers. Okay, so we just say burnt timbers, collapsed, climb to rafters. Is it rafters or roof? Crawl space. Climb to crawl space. Rafters of the building roof 4 feet above are exposed. Appears to have been gutted by fire. Gutted by fire. East wall has soot-covered fireplace. Rubble in south end of room. This has 3. Do I have vipers, you think? Now, Viperians. We'll have to add those to the vipers nesting. All right. Cool. That. Get into 16B. 16B, abandoned storeroom. Rows of dusty crates line the walls. One crate has fallen to the floor and broken open. A close examination of the contents reveal them to be moldy, dust-covered rations. Rations. The foods. All right. Rows of dusty crates. One broken on floor. Broken open on floor. Moldy rations. While the party searches the room, a crate will rise from one of the shelves as if by levitation, then suddenly fly across the room and smash against the floor at the feet of one of the player characters. While the crate flies through the air, the party will hear an eerie wail echoing throughout the room, which will end with a muffled yell of, "Begone! You disturb my rest!" If the party member successfully searches the ceiling for secret doors, he or she will notice a narrow crack in the ceiling on line with the path of the crate. Madman has a thin, strong wire attached to the crate, which is invisible in the dim light. He uses the wire to lift the crate, swing it, then drop the crate to the ground. The wire is jarred loose when the crate crashes, is then pulled back to the ceiling. The eerie noises are made by the madman talking into an empty bucket. Okay. So we're just going to say, after one round, the crate will levitate and fly into a PC, or fly towards a PC. Be gone! Exclamation point. You disturb my rest. Madman. I guess we should air quotes madman still. Madman hauntingly into buckets. Cool. Will levitate wire. PC crashing in front of them. Okay, I think that's probably fine. An important objective here is just to get... Oh my god, is this thing not working again? Oh, it is. Important objective here is just to get like enough for me to be able to run this. I don't need it to be like 100%. Like I can make most of this stuff up, right? Like I know that the guy's trying to haunt him. Oh yeah, Eternal Fire 61. It is, thank you. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I should show you guys sometime. I should show you the notion that I have put together for Black Marsh, because first of all, Connolly did such an amazing job with that module, like just making it really punchy and terse as it is. So like the notion for it is just the perfect amalgam of like this great stuff that he delivered and then like a couple of little splashes of notes on top. It's really good. Really, really good. And I fucking love Black Marsh. Everybody should play Black Marsh. All right. 16C, this one should be quick. Abandoned armory. The room is filled with weapon racks, all of which are empty. The room is dusty and cobwebs gather on the racks. Okay, so this is like writing. Right? Like writing. The room, the room. The room contains nothing of value. So 3 sentences, each start with the room. But we know we're talking about the room because that's what we're describing, right? So, filled with empty weapon racks. Dusty. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, it's even filled with dusty, cobwebbed. We just comma, and empty weapon racks. That's it. Nothing else needs to be said. Turned it into one sentence. Brutal efficiency. Have you ever tried? Have you seen Black Marsh? Do you know about it? I have it here. I can hold it up to the camera. I actually did one of my favorite things I ever did with it. No, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Where are you, my darling? There you are. Oh, these headphones are disintegrating. So Black Marsh. You can get this on Drive-Thru RPG. This is from Bat in the Attic Games. It is the print-on-demand version. The original was written for Swords and Wizardry, I believe. But this one kind of just says like it's compatible. Oh yeah, compatible with Swords and Wizardry rules and all editions based on the original 1974 role-playing game. This book, it's like 40 pages. It's 40 pages, and you can get so much playtime out of this book. It's astounding. But, sorry, before I got that book, because it wasn't always available in print on demand, when I first picked this up, it was only a PDF. So I printed a PDF, and I bound it myself with my own. I sewed, and I painted a little cover on it and put a little wax seal, and I printed it. And this is actually, I have another copy that's even worse. That's like kind of my janky first attempt. But he did an expansion. He improved some of the layout stuff, and it did like a revised edition. Really, really great. Really great stuff. Yeah. I could go on and on about this. I effing love that Black Marsh. I think I've got a video covering it too. If it's a flip through review, I go into some reasonable detail with it. There's a lot in there though. All right, abandoned bedroom. This room contains a dusty bed, chest of drawers, nightstand, and wooden rocking chair. Along the eastern wall is a large fireplace. As you open the door, a ceramic pitcher flies off the nightstand, and the rocking chair begins to rock with a creaking, eerie sound. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a vague, luminous shape in front of the fireplace. You hear the shout, "Be gone! I will warn you no more!" Echoing off the walls, the rocking chair quits rocking, and the room is ominously silent. When you stare closely at the fireplace, the luminous figure is gone. Hold on. I don't think I need to tell anybody why this is a terrible read aloud. This is a terrible read aloud. That's fine. The madman is up to his tricks again. The pitcher and the rocking chair have wires attached to them to start them in motion. The madman can operate these through a concealed makeshift trapdoor in the ceiling, hidden in the shadows. Once the pitcher shatters and the rocking chair starts in motion, the controlling wires are pulled back up. When the party's attention is on the rocking chair, the madman will reflect candlelight off of a mirror into a gauzy piece of curtain hanging in from the fireplace? Doesn't make any sense. Having given the party a glimpse of this post spirit, he shouts his warning, blows out the candle, and pulls the gauze in front of a chink in the chimney. He will then exit the room. Okay. So, let's just talk about what's actually in the room. Dusty bed, chest of drawers, nightstand, wooden rocking chair. You know what? Let's take a quick look at the map here. This is D. It's abandoned bedroom. Interesting. So it actually doesn't have any imagery showing us what's up here. And yeah, dude, glad. I hope you like it. I hope you find it useful. One of the things that I used a lot in my last, actually ran a 5e campaign and used it as like my base setting for what I was trying to do. It's pretty enjoyable. I also tried running the 3.5 edition dungeons under Castle Blackmoor as like the Blackmoor Castle side of it, because the Black Marsh is based on Blackmoors. It's like pretty much the same place. All right, let's see here. So we have our furniture. We have our eastern wall. I just want to look real quick how I was doing this elsewhere. East wall has soot-covered fireplace. So just say east wall. Fireplace. Large fireplace. Don't know what the difference is there. Okay. On entry, ceramic pitcher flies at entrance. Rocking chair begins to rock. Luminous shape. Lit gauze. I think that's what I'm getting here. Flutters in front of in front of fireplace. Yeah, and then begone. Bang. I will warn you no more. This feels very Skyrim. This whole bit here, the Madman's thing. Okay. And then I guess once this is said, all effects go silent after this is said, and the luminous figure disappears into the chimney. I think that's fine. I don't need to explain all this stuff. I don't really need to know how it's explained. What's up? Oh, okay, we're good. 16E, abandoned dining room. A long wooden table and wooden high-backed chairs are in this room, covered with dust and cobwebs. Moldering food still sits on the table. The room appears to have been first abandoned while a meal was in progress. Hidden overhead in the rafters in the northwest corner of the room is a sort of large nest made from old blankets and tapestries. A female slave and her young child are hiding there. The madman helped them to escape to escape, built the nest, and smuggles them food. The woman and child will make no noise since they are afraid anyone below might be guards or slavers. She has knowledge of areas 15, 16, and 17 only. The only entrances to the above ceiling lair are via one of the fireplaces. 16A, 16D, 16F. Then across the rafters and through the holes between the rooms. Interesting. Okay. Wooden table and chairs. Cobwebs. Moldy food. Abandoned mid-meal. Northwest corner, rafters, large makeshift nest. Now we have some lines and veils around endangering children. So yeah, I think first of all, I don't want to imply child slaves. I think that's worse. Maybe. So we're just going to change these guys to 2 teen slaves. Hiding here. Madman smuggles them food. They know area 15, 16, 17. I also feel like the access information should be like kind of up here. Access from holes in roofs. Ceiling layer RV at the rest. Holes between rooms. Okay. Holes between rooms. Okay. 16F. Okay, that was the abandoned dining room. 16F is the abandoned kitchen. This room appears to have once been a kitchen. Is anything ever once like it was once a kitchen? Is it not still a kitchen? Just because nobody cooks there? Does the type of the room? Wow. Yeah, damn. All right. Well. All right. There's a large fireplace in the west wall and 2 cupboards. Some shelves and a heavy wooden table are also in the room. The floor is covered with dust and cobwebs, and the cupboard doors hang open, showing them to be empty and bare. The room appears to be empty. As the party enters the room, a ceramic plate flies by suddenly to smash against the wall beside them. Next, a knife whizzes by, striking a random party member and causing 1d4 damage. The madman has thrown these items from a concealed makeshift trap door in the ceiling behind the fireplace. He will then hide. Shelves contain some cracked plates and cups. On the north wall, beside the door, is a message apparently scrawled in blood. The message says, "Behold the harbinger of your fate." Stuck to the wall below the message is a bloody hand impaled by a knife. the tip of its finger pointing at the message. Overhead in the crawl space is the madman's lair. He climbs in and out of the crawl space through the chimney of the fireplace. He has fortified a section of the rafters above the boards for flooring and has made a wooden wall around it with benches on the side. He has left spaces between the benches through which to fire the light crossbow he has in his lair. The walls give him 75% cover and increase his armor class by 7. He has also weakened several of the beams to act as traps. Anyone who attempts to cross part of these weakened beams will crash through the ceiling, taking 2d8 points of damage. In his lair, the madman stores a sack of soot and dust, pieces of a broom, which he uses to cover up his tracks. He also has 5 butcher knives scavenged from the kitchen below and some old rusty chain he uses for the sound effects. I love that, like, they go into all this detail, but they don't bother. Like, they're like, where did the hand come from? Who did the hand? Whose hand is that? I want to know whose bloody hand is on the wall pointing at the. That's so ridiculous. Okay. So we know it's a kitchen because it's called the abandoned kitchen. There's a large fireplace on the west wall. West wall. Large fireplace. Some shelves and a heavy wooden table are also in the room. Just say 2 cupboards. And I guess they're open and empty. Some shelves and a heavy wooden table. Probably can just be large table. I don't see any. No, yeah, I wouldn't by default assume that a table is made of stone or something. The floor is covered with dust and cobwebs, and the cupboard doors hang open. Yeah, so open, empty. The room appears to be empty. That's fine. Okay, cool. I think what I did in the previous one on entry, and we'll dive into ceramic plate flies by. Then a knife. I guess trapdoor behind from ceiling. Guess that'll have to do. Overhead in the crawl space is the madman's lair. See, I don't think a lot of this, the rest of this information is needed. Makeshift trapdoor. Shelves contain some cracked plates and cups. On the north wall beside the door is a message. Oh, right. So let's do north wall. Beside door. Oops. Behold the harbinger of your fate. In blood. Severed hand. Points. It's a severed, impaled hand. Points to message. All right. So that's all the entry stuff. Otherwise, I think above in crawl space is Madman's lair. I might need some water. Stay hydrated, kids. All right. Space is Madman's lair. Man, this lair stuff is kind of nuts. 75% cover. That's where he's at. AC +7 while he's up there. Beams weakened. Any who crash through to floor, 2d4 damage. All right. We did the thing. I ran the Slavers, or tried to, series a year or so ago. Oh, somebody commented on the old one. Dang it. I knew the modules were for tournament use, so I had no idea how much work it would be to make them less gamey and more logical. Good luck. I look forward to seeing how your process works out for you. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks, Windmark8040. Sorry I missed you on the stream. Like, whatever. I'm not really that sorry. I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it. But hopefully you can show up another time. We can talk. You can tell me how it went. Yeah, the plan is to do the whole A series, so it should be a little crazy. But I'm kind of excited to do this lift, to do this work, and like figure out, because I feel like, well, we make adventures and stuff, and like getting good eye line on, or like exercising the muscle of like trimming something down and getting the fat out and just crystallizing the thing that you want, that you actually need to know, is just a good exercise. I think we should do it with all of our adventures, for like everything we run, is just go through this process just to try and like become better at this exercise of doing it, because there's a lot of adventures out there and I don't have a lot of time to read them all. And if they were punchy and like just kind of, this is what's going on, and I'm like, I would probably read more of them and run more of them. So if I'm your audience, keep it brief. Okay, so what do we got? Beams weakened, any cross. I don't think there's really anything else to say there. Sack of soot and dust. I'm not going to worry about this. I don't think it's important to say how he covers his tracks. But he does have 5 butcher knives and rusty chains. This could be useful. All right, we're going to do the last one for 16. We're going to 16G here, the abandoned bedroom. And then we're going to call it, I'm going to eat some dinner. So that's going to be progressando for the day, which is honestly pretty good. Although, God, this is so long. Like, it goes all the way to 39 for the upstairs. And the dungeon is a whole other 39. Beefcake. All the beef. And I'm at like 16, so I'm not even halfway through the first half. So I'm not even a quarter way into the adventure. That said, I think this East Wing one's also got a bunch of stuff in it. I need to run this in like 2 weeks. They need to be doing this entry part in like 2 weeks. So I'm going to be doing this kind of every day, I think, until I get it done. That's the plan. Keep chipping away until it's ready to run. Let's see here. All right. Abandoned bedchamber. Through this door comes the sick, sweet odor of decay and death. In the middle of the room hangs the remains of a strangled hobgoblin, dangling from the ceiling by a sash cord. The body is blackened and bloated with decay. The room appears to have once been used as a bedroom, for there are 2 beds, with mildewed sheets, a broken table, and 2 smashed chairs. Assorted junk and loose plaster litters the floor. There's a bloody stain on the floor beneath the body. That's gross. This hobgoblin came here on a dare by the other guards, but got too smart for his own good and tried to investigate the fireplace in the kitchen. The madman dropped a noose around his neck and strangled the unfortunate fellow. Then he hung the body up in this room and cut off the hand to use as a warning. This is the hobgoblin hand. This is how we found the hand. The hobgoblin has a dagger in his left boot and 13 silver pieces stuffed in a pouch under his tunic. Amid the litter on the floor can be found 2 old brushes and a gilt hand mirror that is cracked. There is nothing else of value in this room, but those who attempt to remain in the room for more than 2 rounds will find themselves gagging on the stench. Very nice. Classy. Okay. Smells like death. From dead hobgoblin. Ugh. Hanging in the middle of the room. 2 beds. Mildewed. Broken table. 2 smashed chairs. Assorted junk and loose plaster litters the floor. Yeah. Bloody stain beneath. I think also we just say missing. Yeah, maybe we separate these out. So, smells like death. Dead hobgoblin hanging in the middle of the room. Bloody stain beneath. Dagger in left boot. 13 silver pieces in pouch. Hidden in tunic. Missing left hand. Is that right? The hand uses warning. Fine, we'll just make it as left hand. It doesn't say which one it is. I think the rest of this stuff is pretty good. I guess I could say there's some plaster litter. Fine. All right. 16G, abandoned bedchamber. I feel like these are going to be pretty easy to run. You walk in. There's a wooden table and chairs covered with cobwebs. On the table is some moldy food. Looks like it was abandoned mid-meal. And yeah, then the party can investigate the room. If they go poking around, they can maybe see something in the northwest corner. Although I think the only way to get there is from the other rooms. So might not interact with that at all. Try another one. Dusty bed, chest of drawers, nightstand, a wooden rocking chair. There's a fireplace on the eastern wall. You go into the room? Okay, cool. Yeah, a ceramic pitcher flies at you. And the rocking chair begins to rock. And you see a luminous shape kind of fluttering in front of the fireplace. And in like a hollow, distant voice, you hear, "Be gone! I will warn you no more." And as soon as it stops speaking, the room goes silent and the rocking chair stops. What do you do? Boom! Right in the throat, right in the gotcha. It should be good. We'll see. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I know that's the second time I'm running it's a 30-minute stream of me prepping this. But I'll do this again very soon. I've got a lot of these to do, so keep coming back if you think it's useful or you just want to tell me that I'm wrong. Because that's what the internet's for. Stay beautifully, bastards. Late.